God, it has been a while since I've done a sit down chatty video. The last time I did one of these, I was heavily pregnant with Olive, and now I've just got a jelly belly in its place. So hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm still a bit rusty, so bear with me. Not a very aesthetic setup, but I'm trying to keep it real. It's 4:30 now. My husband's just finished work. We've switched over. I am very tired. I looked quite awake, fresh this morning. Dare I even say fresh this morning? And yeah, as the day's gone on, I've got more weathered. So here I am at nearly 5 o'clock, I think. Yeah, 20 to 5. And still pale as anything. Haven't done my fake tan. I promise I will do that tonight, ready for videos to be filmed tomorrow. But I thought I'd come on, say hello, and do a video that I've been wanting to do. And I know I'm a very new mum, we're only 3 weeks and a bit in. However, I really wanted to do this video of things that I really love, I'm really loving as a first time mum, and things that I wouldn't spend my money on again if I had the chance. Like I say, I know I'm very early on, but I still feel like there's things that I've barely touched, or things that I've just been like, this is a lifesaver, I couldn't live without you. So I just think it's quite important to share it, and I want to share it. I think I've already got a grasp of like what I love and what I don't. I'm very quick to make my decisions. So without further ado, I'm just going to talk about some of them. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you find it useful. And yes, let's get on with it then. I'll stop babbling now. Right, I'm going to start off positive because I don't want to start off whingy and moany. There's only a few things that I don't like, actually. There's more things that I do like. Most of the things I'll try and show you in the video. Some things that are too big or in constant use because we love them so much, I will film separately and like include them if I can. Just need to remember how to do that. Like I say, I'm rusty. Okay, I'm going to talk to you first of all about, I was purchased these. Oh my gosh. No, I was bought these by a friend that came to my baby shower. These are on my baby shower list, and I just think, I mean, I've been on TikTok. There's a lot of people showing people how to use these. You either love them or you hate them, and I really love them. When Olive is screaming her head off, this is the quickest way to make a bottle. I did originally buy these just for going out for the day. I was like, oh, these will be great when I go out for the day. I actually don't think they're that great for going out for the day, and the reason being, this doesn't stay that hot, number one. I've heard a lot of people say the same thing about it. Number two, they are very, very weighty, and I just think for on the go, there's another solution that I would use, but I'll talk about that later. However, in the house, in the day, when she needs a bottle, like, there's a hair on my face that's really irritating me. I am sorry, guys. Like when she's screaming the house down, she doesn't give me much notice. I don't know if your baby's the same. I very much reach for these. So I fill this up with boiling water. I fill this up with boiling water as well. You press the little button at the top. It comes up green. I don't know if you can see that on screen. You tip it and then you leave it. Or it comes up amber. I'm not sure. I never pay much attention to it. All I know is that when I use this, it's cool. This stays boiling hot for about, I would say, 4 hours max. It's not really good anything past that, but put the formula in, add the hot shot of boiling water. I think it's better if it's like 70 degrees, which this probably goes down to. It doesn't stay boiling for long. And then I top it up with the cool water, and it's just the quickest way to make a bottle, and I've really enjoyed using them. Like I say, these are just my opinions. I know so many people don't like them because, well, they think that this doesn't stay very hot, which I would agree with. They've been buying separate flasks, and that's a bit annoying considering how expensive this kit is. I think it's like £70 or something like that, so it is a lot of money. But I do think the technology that comes with the Rapid Cool is really great. It just creates the perfect temperature bottle for you. We do have the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep Machine, which I was dubious about buying, which I am going to speak about in the things that I don't love. Spoiler alert for a minute. A minute later, I am going to talk about that because I'm not a fan of it. I know they kind of do the same thing, but this I trust more because I feel like the water is a lot hotter and I can just use this in any room in the house. We take this up for night feeds as well. Like, this has been a saviour for night feeds. So yeah, the Newbie Rapid Cool, I really rate. I'm going to speak about. I probably should have spoken about first because it is one of my favourite products. I didn't buy this until last week. Got it off Amazon. It is expensive. The Snoozer Hero. It's a baby breathing monitor. The cot that we have when she eventually moves into it is slatted. A lot of the mats, the breathing mats that you can get, I think they might be a cheaper option. They come with like a monitor. They don't work on slatted beds. Didn't realise that. Got told by my friend. This is fantastic. It clips onto their nappy and it basically alarms if they don't breathe. I'm not sure how many seconds, but it is fantastic. Not so great when you're changing the nappy at the middle of the night. You have to sort of, I've developed a little hack now where I slide it underneath her baby grow and like make it like wedge on her tummy so it's still registered and doesn't go I made the mistake of taking it off her whilst I change her and I was like, never again. I was like, why won't you stop? But it's £89 on Amazon at the minute. It is more expensive from other places, but it's really soft. It doesn't cause them any irritation. And for me, I'm sure a lot of mums can relate to this. Maybe I'm just anxious mess. But obviously, Olive's our miracle. I waited 5 years for her. Every baby is a miracle. And I think I wasn't coping well with sleeping because I was just so anxious that something was going to happen to her in the night. You hear so much about SIDS. And I just thought, oh my God, like, I just was not having a good night's sleep. I was constantly waking up, putting my hand on her belly, checking for her breathing. I wouldn't turn over in bed because I didn't want to face away from her in case, I don't know, all sorts of things went through my head. And this has made me have a good night's sleep. So I really, really, really recommend that. Even though it is expensive, I do think, what's £90 for your peace of mind? For me, it was everything. So I really do recommend that. The next product that I'm going to recommend is a bottle. I'm going to talk about one that I don't like and that I bought loads of before the baby was here, which everyone told me not to do, but obviously you have to plan, you have to prep for your baby coming. You can't just wait till they're home and then be like, we have no bottles, we're gonna taste test you, see which nib you like, which teat. The Nook bottles for me, and this is completely baby led / personal preference, what bottle you go for. These have been the best. When we were in hospital, I probably should touch on this, I had, before anyone comes for me, because I feel like the breast feeding debate, although they say fed is best, there's still a lot of people out there that, I've seen a lot of posts where it's like people get very angry at people that don't breastfeed, and I'm like, oh God. I really wanted to. I wanted to definitely give her a few weeks of breast whilst I was on mat leave and stuff. Those of you who don't know, I run my own business, so it would have been very hard for me to exclusively breastfeed. I had no milk, guys. I had no colostrum come in. I had no leakage during my pregnancy. And afterwards, there was nothing. I tried. I really tried. There was nothing. So, I mean, most normal, nice people would not come for anybody that didn't breastfeed. But there are, you know, this is the internet, guys. We all know what it's like. However, just to clear that bit up, I did, you know, however you choose to feed is completely fine. And I cannot believe that people have such strong opinions on strangers. I just want to clear that up. But unfortunately for me, I didn't have any milk. I was empty. If anything, my boobs shrunk in pregnancy, much to my husband's disgust. He was like, I thought they're supposed to get huge. I'm like, yeah, well, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, basically, going back to why I'm bottle feeding, these, when we were in the hospital, we used this Tender Mill, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Basically, they came with like a sterilized little teat that went on the top of them, and it looked like this, and she loved it. And then when I got home and gave her the version of the bottle that I had, she looked at me in disgust. She was like, I put it in her mouth and she was like, what is this? She hated it. So emergency order on, this is one that we've used, by the way, because I don't want to be touching a sterilised bottle. New mums out there will understand. Once you've sterilised those precious bottles and they're screaming at you for milk, you don't want to waste a good sterilised bottle, so I'm just using one that she's already annihilated. But yeah, really soft, really great for like anti-colic. She's had no problems on them. I really like the feel of them. I've really got on with them, and Olive really likes them. So, and I just think they mimic a nipple quite well. I don't know, they're really soft, really good, and we've just really loved them. And yes, I really recommend Nook bottles. And then moving on to the formula side of things, I could not recommend Kendamil enough. I know it's like gold dust and it's really hard to get hold of. However, it is the most, we use the organic for her in the powder version. I just thought it was easier to grab one of these and bring it up. But these, you know, I said to you about the newbie, how heavy it is to take out and about with you. Olive doesn't mind cold milk. I feel bad saying that. Because I'm like, I try and I'm like under the armpit, warm it up before I give it to her. But she really doesn't mind it. So when we go out and about, we take these. They're much more lightweight, they're quicker, they're just ready to go. But Kendamil as a whole, like the big tubs, if you can get hold of it, Olive's been thriving on it. She's not been sick on it. She's not had any reaction. We've been really, really lucky. And, you know, when you read what's in it, it's full of good stuff compared to some of the others I've found. Whole milk, no palm oil, no fish oil, plant-based. And like I say, we use the organic one in the big tub. But like I say, the downside is really hard to get hold of. We have been on mission after mission. Poor Sean has been around all of the supermarkets to try and find it. And it has been a bit of a task at times, but especially the 6-pack of these with the nibs that we needed in hospital. But yeah, I really, really rate it. We did have to, when she came back from hospital, use another brand, which I really didn't want to do, but we were desperate because, like I said, she wouldn't feed from the Tommy Tippy bottle, and we had none of these left because we couldn't get any, and we had to use another brand, and she immediately threw it up. So yeah, thank you Kendamil for making our journey very, very successful on bottle feed. So I really rate that, but I know a lot of you rate that because that's why it's so hard to get hold of. We all love Kendamil. Right, I may have switched positions because I just had to run to the bathroom to get this next sexy number. And this is something, this should have been my favourite, my top product actually, because without these guys, I wouldn't have made it through. Adult nappies. Now these aren't adult nappies, these are like discreet pants. These are a bit slinkier, sexier version to what I wore in hospital, but I've run out of adult nappies now, to my upset, because it was a great time of my life. I love an adult nappy. I'm wearing one of these discreet pants now because I'm going to do another video of things I don't tell you. Yeah, you continue to bleed for a long time and pads won't do. I love an adult nappy, but this is, like I said, this is the slinkier, sexier version. In hospital, the adult nappies were my saviour. They are so comfortable. I had a C-section as well, so I just think I found them so easy. Sorry to be a TMI, but honestly, one of the best purchases to take into hospital. I've been shouting about it to all my friends that are pregnant now. I'm like, get some adult nappies, just get over your ego and your preconceptions and just let it be, because they're so comfortable. You have no accidents, I mean, when I say accidents, I don't mean like I was pooing myself. I mean that, you know, the blood, you know, it's just so much easier than changing your knickers, changing your pads. TMI guys, they're just brilliant. And yeah, for as long as you continue to bleed afterwards, it's just a much easier option, I find. If you've got a love for the adult nappy or discreet knickers, let me know in the comments below. We're all girls here, and I'd just love to get the conversation going because it's not spoken about enough. I was mortified when I cracked these out in hospital, but it turns out everybody loves them. So huge recommendation for those bad boys. The next thing I'd like to talk about on the love, I told you there was a lot of loves, is a puppy pad. And this is more of a recommendation than like a product that I love, but I'm telling you now, we do have like a proper changing mat that we use upstairs. However, downstairs and on the go, I think these are brilliant. There's been many a time that she has decided to do an extra little surprise as we're changing the nappy, and these just soak it straight up, and we just pop it on the sofa, change her on the sofa. I think they are golden, and it's just, I don't even know where I saw it, but I just thought it was a really good tip that nobody really speaks about a lot. But yeah, they just fold up in the changing bag or in the drawer downstairs, ready to roll when she starts screaming. And it's warmer than the changing mat, that's what I will say. My changing mat, obviously, because they're plastic coated, she doesn't like it because it's cold. So upstairs, she definitely prefers being changed on a puppy pad, that's all I'll say. The last product that I'm going to talk about that I absolutely love is not up here, I will film it separately, and that is the Tommy Tippy sterilizer. It's the electric sterilizer, the steam one. It has been brilliant. I just really get on with it. I was really torn what to do. Wasn't sure whether to go for Milton cold water, wasn't sure whether to go for UV because, well, I would have liked to have gone for it, but it's a very expensive system, I think, the one I found. Looks like a little mini fridge. The Tommy Tippy, like, it's just great. I think it sterilises in either 5 or 10 minutes. I'm not sure. My husband did all the reading on it. I said, like, this is your one job. Make sure you read the instructions. Just tell me how to use it. And I get on with it really, really well. It's great. I just really recommend it. So if you're looking for something that's like mid-priced, again, we were gifted this at our baby shower by our friends, and it is one of the best gifts that we've received. It's just so, it just does the job and it does it well, and we have no problems with it. So that is my list of loves. And now I'm going to move on to the negatives. There's I wrote it in my little diary. There's only 4. It's not so bad. Don't like to be negative, and especially because I don't like to offend people if it's a product that they love. But it's just things that I personally haven't got on well with. And the first one that I'd like to speak about is, I've touched on it in the positives, the Tommy Tippy Perfect Prep. It's not that I don't think it works or that I don't like using it. It's very easy to use. I was warned about it when I first got pregnant because I was mentioning it, and it actually comes in the pamphlet to say do not use this. You can get like black mold, and the pipes can get, it's dangerous basically. So the hospital say, and I just found, and I definitely feel like I'll come back to it. I'm not going to get rid of it because we bought it second hand anyway. I was like, I'm not paying out for a brand new one when I'm not sure if I'm going to love it. The thing I find with it is I find the hot shot not very hot, and that worries me when she's so young. I just worry about the bacteria being like eradicated. I don't know if it's just me. Please leave me. I know loads of babies and loads of people that have said my child's been absolutely fine on it, never been ill. But then I know a lot of people that have said my child did get ill on it, and for the similar reasons that I'm saying, like they just felt like it didn't get hot enough when she's so young. Like I say, the newbie does such a good job and kind of does what the Tommy Tippy does anyway. I just find myself reaching for the newbie more. I don't know. Let me know your comments below if you found the same as me or if you disagree. Would love to know your thoughts. I don't know. There's just not a lot of faith in it for me, and I don't know why. It's just my gut telling me. I'm not sure. I just don't think it's warm enough. Yeah. Not to bash Tommy Tippy, because I do love their steriliser, but this is the bottle brand that she absolutely hated. I've got so many of these, I'm going to have to sell them on Marketplace or something. She hated them. I can't blame the gal, because I'll be honest with you, I don't even like holding them. They just feel like, sorry, I got hiccups. They just feel odd. They don't feel comfortable to hold. The nib is just straight and a lot harder than the nook. And I put this in her mouth and she just went, she was not impressed. She instantly hated it. I guess she'd got used to the ones at the hospital, which were softer, like better angle. Yeah, I just didn't like them at all, and I've got all of these to sort of get rid of now. What a waste. But like I say, I could get over it if it was just me that didn't like it, but Olive hated them. So if the boss says no, the boss says no, guys. So for me, and it was really funny actually, because when I did buy a lot of these, a lot of people said to me, babies can either love them or hate them, please be careful, don't buy too many. And I didn't buy too many, but at my baby shower I got loads of them. And then in the steriliser, it also came with some freebies of these. So I was like, oh no. I think I've got about 25 bottles of Tommy Tippy. that she hates. So that is great. I would say, if you could, the best solution really is just to buy like a few of each, but then that can get really expensive. I don't know what my advice is. I don't know what advice to give you guys other than your baby will be the boss of you. They are the master and you're just living in their world. You've got to just give them what they want. But I mean, I can't imagine there's many babies that are going to dislike the Nook. So if you want to go for a safe bet, I know a lot of people also talk about Mom bottles. They're good for sterilising and stuff as well, I think. But yeah, wasn't a fan. Neither was Olive. Right, the next product that I just don't like, and I don't think Olive likes, is this. I mean, I'm so glad I didn't spend out on the really expensive one. I think they can go up to like £100. This one was from Aldi. I call it the boat, the sleep boat. I'll be honest, I think the dog has enjoyed this more than Olive. She just doesn't like it. I've got a baby that likes being on me, and I very much like her being on me too, because I'm just loving it right now. I just want her on me all the time when she's asleep or in the pram. She likes sleeping in the pram. She doesn't like this, and we just don't find much call for it. When we're on the sofa together in the evenings, me and Sean fight over who gets to cuddle her. The last thing that I sort of regret buying, but I don't regret buying it because it's beautiful, and I'm sure with time I will, but maybe I didn't need to buy it as early as I did. Baby carrier. I personally don't have the confidence, haven't had time yet to really fully test it out. My baby was £10.7, so she's very heavy, and I struggled to carry her in my belly, and I just saw this. It's a very expensive brand. I managed to get it off eBay second hand. I'll show you the brand because I can't say it. But I love cherries, and I just thought it was gorgeous. My husband rolled his eyes when I bought it. He was like, what is that? And I'm like, she's a girl, you'll get over it, you'll be fine. So he doesn't want to use it. I don't want to use it because I'm like so done carrying around, like in any capacity, a nearly £11 baby now. I'm like, I've done it for too long. And also, I don't know, like, she loves being in her pram. So whenever we go out, she's in her pram. I don't know. Is this something I'll end up using like later on? I'm not sure. It does go up to £35. I mean, who's carrying a £35 baby on them? Ooh, I'm very weak. I'm not afraid to admit it. That would kill my back. But yeah, I just haven't used it yet, and it cost me a lot of money, even second hand, and I'm like, did I need to have bought that when I did? Maybe I could have held off a little bit longer. But yeah, I just thought I would brush up on that, because even though it's beautiful, I just panic. I'm like, she's gonna fall out. I'm just an anxious mess, guys, I should tell you this. But yeah, so I would also say that's something that I haven't particularly used. I wonder if anyone else is the same. Some of my friends on like our baby chat group, they're literally like, if I didn't have my sling, I wouldn't get anything done. Whereas like Olive does let us do stuff. So in the day she sleeps in her pram, which is like a Moses basket, and she sleeps for like 3-4 hours in a chunk on good days. I'm not saying every day is like that. Some days she's a horror. So we do find we can get stuff done. So I don't need the sling. And maybe that's why I've not really braved using it. We haven't really needed it yet. But yeah, I just thought I would tell you about that. So there we have it. Those are my loves and my hates. Not hates, hate's such a negative word, but things that I would buy, things I wouldn't buy again. I hope you found it useful. I would love for you to drop comments below, because I'd like to have a chat with you. Like to see if there's anything that I've missed that I would love, considering the products that I already love. Have you got any recommendations? Have you found the same products that I've not found useful, for the same for you? I just love to chat in the comments below. Sorry for the little rant on breastfeeding, but I really feel the need to protect myself. I'm so emotional right now. I'm like, if anyone comes for me, I will cry probably. So I always just feel like I have to over explain it, when really there's no explanation needed. How you choose to feed your baby is completely your choice. It is that, isn't it? It's a choice. So hopefully no drama will come, but I feel like I've always got to hold something. It's a terrible habit. Like I say, I hope you found this video useful, would welcome your comments below, would welcome your experience and knowledge, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, see you next time. Goodbye.